All right, I'm Kyle, and I'm with the Prowler. This is Coach Williamson. How are you?
Good. Good to meet you, Kyle.
All right, so let's get right into it. So far this season, have there been any players that have stepped up as leaders or have gotten on your radar that weren't previously on your radar?
Well, the team picked captains, so that kind of tells me how they feel about it. This year, our captains were Shelby Daniel, one of our only senior, Emily New Stratton, who's a junior, and then Leah Dubin, who is a sophomore. So that kind of tells me what they were thinking coming into the season. Kate Ashmore is always another leader. She's a sophomore, and we've got a lot of good team players, a lot of leaders on the team.
Okay.
So,
you said that you have one senior on the team.
yes, that's correct.
Are the majority of the players underclassmen? Or?
I think we have 5 juniors, and then probably 5 or 6 sophomores, and then we have 1 freshman.
Okay.
So yeah, fairly young.
Fairly young. So do you think in the future, the team will be able to go to great lengths?
I hope so. This game is it's all about pitching, and we've got 2 young pitchers, so I'm hoping they can develop over the next few years and carry us deeper. Who knows where we're going to wind up this year, but if we don't get to the state championship game, which is always your goal, then hopefully in the next year or 2 we can.
Okay. So far during the season, what do you think the team needs to work on from what you've seen?
We set goal at the beginning of the year. We set 3 goals, but one of them was to cut down on errors. As any baseball or softball team, errors and walks will get you beat. We lost to Whitewater 3-1. We had 2 leadoff walks that scored. 90% of the time, a leadoff walk or a leadoff error is going to score. So that's kind of our goal right now, is to cut down on the errors, cut down on the walks, take the outs they give you. We don't have to make great plays, but we need to make the routine plays.
Okay. Now, we're winless in non-region games. Did you choose the non-region schedule to challenge your team?
Yes, we typically do, because the region we're in this year is weaker than we have than we've been in the past. So we really feel like to get ready for the end of the season, we need stronger non-region games. So we'll play East Coweta, Northgate, Noonan. We'll play the 7A, 6A schools. Our goal is to be ready for the end of the season. We don't look at the beginning of the season and worry about our record that much. We just want to be prepared for the region tournament, state tournament.
Okay. Now 6 of the 7 next games are away games, correct?
Well, we just added a couple games. Eagles Landing Christian's coming over Monday, and then yes, we go away Tuesday and Wednesday, and then East Coweta, that was rained out last week, we're making up next Thursday. So
okay.
That probably changed a little bit from the schedule you have.
Okay. So with all this traveling, how do you keep your team mentally fresh?
Well, we talked about that yesterday. Because we've played a lot already this year. We've tried to play a lot. We've been rained out a couple of nights, but we're 3 or 4 nights a week. We're getting home at 9, 10 o'clock at night, and it's tough. And we've tried to talk about that, and I've talked to them about trying to take some time over the weekend. But we are gonna take some time around the 1st to 2nd week of September. We're going to take a few days off where I just want them to try to get away from softball and relax, be teenagers, get caught up on their work if they're behind, because we're hoping that we're going to be playing late into October, so maybe we can take a few days there to mentally take a break.
Okay. Now that you've played most of the region teams, right?
The stronger ones, yes. We still haven't played Riverdale and Morrow.
Okay.
But we think we're going to be okay against them.
Okay. How are you tailoring your practices to compete against these higher level or these more competitive teams?
The last practice we had, we went strictly defense. Like I said, cutting down on errors, making sure we're communicating. We had some problems communicating on bunt coverage, who was covering bunts, taking charge in the field as far as calling the ball and going and getting it. So that's what we've been working on lately. We've got a lot of good bats, and we feel like we can hit the ball and play well against most teams. If we throw strikes and if we don't make the errors in the field, we feel like we'll be in most games. Just like the Whitewater game, we kind of figured they're the team to beat in the region. We're hoping it's going to be us and them playing for a region championship. And we played well that game. They played well. I think they probably played one of their better games. So we're hoping, next time or in the region tournament, hopefully we can get them then.
Okay. You said that a sophomore is a captain on the team.
Correct.
Is she? Do you think in next year or 2 years from now she'll be at a really high level at her play?
Yes. Leah has she's really stepped up her game just since I've known her. She started playing JV in the 8th grade, and she's made a commitment to go play college ball, and she's already verbally committed, and she's a good ball player, and she's always working. She's always trying to lead through example, and that's one of the things we try to preach to them, that you don't always have to be a verbal leader. You can lead through example. The verbal leaders are great too, but she's the sophomore class. We've got several strong players. Shelby, our senior, is a strong player and wanting to play college ball. We've got several in the junior class, so really feel like I'll say it again, if we can cut down on the errors and the walks, we've got a chance to do pretty well.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's all for this Coach's Corner. Thank you for taking the time.
Thanks a lot.
See you next week.